Hello, my friends. It's me, Liz, here. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I just have a little haul for you today, and I also want to show you something that I didn't have batteries for in my last video. This is my spooky mid-century modern house from World Market. And now you can see some of the details. There's looks like a skeleton driving the hearse. There's ghosts dancing in the window. There's Dracula, Pumpkinhead, and a witch dancing in that window. We got the flamingo. We got the ghosties. Ooh, this one got caught on the bat. Anyway, that's how it looks in its full glory. I think it's fantastic. I love this mid-century modern kind of style of house, and this is made of thin wood that's been laser cut. Even has the breeze blocks cut with the wall, kind of like something you'd see in Palm Springs. I think it's super cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on in just a minute. I'm back. I was just setting up the house back there. I have something to show you from Temu that was my ultimate gift on calendar 1000, and it's the first time I've played, and I have a lot of other gifts coming. I got my ultimate gift message on Monday of this week. It's now Thursday, and so on Monday I ordered it. It was local warehouse, but because the item costs $42, they didn't charge me for the shipping, even though I got it for free. So it's a $42 item. And this is what it is. Any guesses? This is a label printer for shipping labels. And let's see, it opens up like that, and then it came with, I think, about 50 shipping labels. And this is one that I didn't use, and I tore my address off of it. Well, I double printed it, so I already shipped this package. But you can see it's a thermal printer. I mean, there's little problems here and there, but they scan just fine at the UPS store, and my returns are on their way. So I find this very handy. I don't think I would have bought it, but I'm glad to have it. So, and then it's just a sticker. There's an app that goes with it that you have to use. So it's a little bit tricky to figure out how to do the labels. This is how many labels I got. But they started me on a new calendar 1000, and the first gift that they gave me that I chose is 250 more labels. So I'll be good. I was really surprised because, I mean, I knew it was small, but this little box was inside one of those paper envelopes, but it did ship from Amazon, so I don't know if this is an Amazon product. It's called IDPRT, and it worked fine for me. With the app, I kind of had to figure out how to line up the labels, because the way that Torrid does their labels and the way that Temu does their labels is that they are set to print on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So you kind of have to go into the app and figure out the view, but that's just where the label goes, and it's all thermal. So it looks like that, and then it backs it up to the right spot, and as long as you have the right things sending, it's fine. Now with Torrid, I have to print a little thing to go on the inside, and I was able to print that on a label because I don't have a printer that works at home right now. So yeah, I'm giving this 2 thumbs up. I enjoy it. Oh, and I didn't show you, this is my shirt, my final shirt that I got from Favorites with Laura's merch shop with Javier Fuego. It says Planting Kindness, Growing Together, Favorites with Laura. And it's just this pretty daisy pattern. I did originally get it in green and it wasn't big enough. And I sent it on to a friend for her to enjoy. And then I got this one in black, and it's a special order plus size. So because the way those shirts are cut just doesn't work on my body, and also with my sore shoulder, I just couldn't get into it. So I'm very happy now. Now I showed some of these in my thumbnail. This is probably going to be kind of a short video. I have another video to make. Why am I? I have another video to make for my collab, and I'm going to try to do that today, but who knows. So I did go to Dollar Tree earlier in the week, and I got a few things. I had bought some crayons from Target. I just felt like having crayons, and they were 50 cents for a 24 box of brand new Crayolas. And so then I went to Dollar Tree and I picked up a coloring book. And it's a Disney Villains with our beautiful Maleficent and Cruella de Vil on the front. It appears that you can make a stand-up Cruella. So just lots of fun things. I'm getting quite bored at home. So I'm still not able to drive. I, have put some thought into it, and it just doesn't seem safe even to drive to the corner. So I may do it at some point here soon, but we'll see. Just depends on how well I do with my physical therapy. They've kind of stepped that up, and it's more difficult. But I have faith in myself. I can do it. I just have to do it when I'm at home too, and keep up the strengthening. I usually do at least some of my exercises every day, and then I go twice a week on Tuesdays and Fridays to get the real torture. That's just how it is when something like this happens and you got to go through physical therapy. It hurts and it's not fun, but it does bring you back to a place where you're not having pain anymore. So that's what I'm working on. Okay, so I squirreled a little bit, sorry. I went to Dollar Tree the other day. I suggested to my husband that we should go to Black Bear Diner. They don't have those everywhere, but it's, kind of a just basic American kind of place. They have a lot of bear art and bear things in there, and they have really good bacon. They have pretty good food. I would say it's better than Denny's, but they have a weeknight thing or weekday thing where for $11 you get a sandwich, a side, and a drink for $11. So we went over there. It's not in our town, so we had to go out of town to one of my out of towns that I like to go to Dollar Tree. So we went and ate first, and then we went to Dollar Tree. I got into Dollar Tree, and he was going to sit in the car because it was cool enough, and I forgot my shopping bag, and I don't like all the accumulation of plastic bags, and I have shopping bags, and I brought it for that purpose, but I forgot to bring it in. So he ran that into me, and then he went and bought himself a Snickers, and then he went back in the car and looked at his phone while I shopped. So I got a few things. I got some stuff I was looking for. One of the items I'm not going to show you because it's going to be for my collab. But I did get some of these potion bottles, and I thought these were really cute. I liked last year I set up sort of an apothecary area, and I just have bottles, but they didn't have labels on them. And I actually have ordered some labels from Temu, of course. that I was going to put on the jars that I already had, but I went ahead and bought these. They were $1.50. As you see, they pre-priced these before they decided that they were changing their prices. So it says $1.25 under there. I can guarantee it. And it was $1.50. So all the Halloween stuff, yeah, it says $1.25 under there. So anyway, this one is kind of a bluish purple color. It says wool of bat, rehydrate bat's wool in warm milk since 1559. All right. Now I want to put something in these, but they do have really narrow mouths, and the ones that I used last year had wider mouths. Okay, this one is kind of a chartreuse, greenish yellow maybe. Unfiltered poison since 1778, witch's grade, keep chilled, fine mix of bone dust, gnomes, toes, and dragon saliva. Okay, I didn't read these till just now. So then I got 3. There's 4 different ones. The other one, I don't remember what color it was. I think it was either orange or green. And it said zombie brew, and this one says witch's brew. And also I like to display things in odd numbers. It just looks better. So this one says witch's brew, potion number 666, brewed with only the finest, all natural ingredients in the grand tradition of Salem's finest witches. So that one is like a hot pink. And then that, having a little bit of trickiness getting my thumbnails done because I can't hold things right. And if I make a face like that, it's because I grabbed with my right arm and it hurts. But it's not excruciating, it's just, Okay, one of the main things I wanted to get while I was there, I've been using lip oil for several months now, and I'm kind of hooked on it. And most of the lip oil comes with a doe foot applicator, which is fine. But when I have it next to my sleeping area, I have a tray table that's laying flat on my bed as a left-hand nightstand, because my nightstand is to the right of where I sleep, and my husband sleeps in the other room. So I wanted some of the LA Colors Rollerball lip oils that we had a few months ago, and so I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to find them. I found 3, and I said, I don't care what flavor they are. They were on one peg. This one is lychee, which is not my favorite. This one is grape, which is my favorite. And this one is coconut, yeah, which I really like too. So that way, if I wake up in the middle of the night and my lips are dry, I can put it on easily. Finding a doe foot and like getting it back in the bottle in the dark is kind of impossible. So I was looking to see if they had hand sanitizers. Now I have an abundance of those little Touchland dupe hand sanitizers, but I also have some empty bottles that I bought from Temu that have the silicone case with the little hook, and I found that these hold twice as much as the little Touchland dupe bottles that they sell at Dollar Tree. Has twice as much hand sanitizer. So they had some of these, and I got green apple and lemon. But the bottles that I got to pour hand sanitizer in, I believe came with a funnel, but I've got some little funnels around here. So you just pour it in there, and then you still have some left. This is a spray sanitizer. I do not care for the gel kind. I'll use it if I need to, but I've been keeping a Touchland dupe in my purse, and that works out for me. So So this at $1.25 to get 2 bottle fillings from it is a better deal. The only other flavor or scent they had is watermelon. And I've got some watermelon hand sanitizer that I'm using right now. So I decided just to get these 2. Is that all I got? Oh. And I got this. And this is Tampico Zero Sugar Pineapple and Coconut Punch. It's a poor woman's pina colada. I have drank it with rum before, and it tastes decent. I don't like all the flavors of this, but this flavor I really do like. So I did go ahead and pick 1 bottle up. I didn't have it in me to carry more than 1 bottle, but this is nice to have. I like to have some caffeine-free beverages to drink in the evenings so that I don't keep myself up all night. But I've kind of changed my sleep schedule, I think, to my natural circadian rhythms, I guess. I am like not being able to fall asleep until 1 or 2, and then I sleep until 9 or 10. So that's going to be a problem when I go back to work, but there it is. So, I can also show you this. This is the pineapple. Let me see if you can see the lights. It is flashing. It doesn't really show on camera. Oh, there it goes. Different colors, and it flashes through all the skull eyes. And this is the one that I paused to go get it, and it was in a box, and I was kind of crooked, and it rolled out and broke the whole side. Let's see. This is the side that I fixed. It was probably that much. Most of the pieces that I had were the skulls. So I guess that made it easier, but it was challenging. And there's some holes where there were chips. They were just too hard to get in there. But what I'm going to do is get some of that moss stuff, like at the Dollar Tree, and just glue some little bits of moss here and there to cover the holes, and then probably just do it all around. But honestly, yeah, I used that. It was a Temu one, and I think it was called E3000 or B3000 or something. I don't know. It works. It's good glue. Yeah. Interesting thing I found out. Well, there's cracks. See, I even cracked the bottom. Got that all together nice. And interesting, but there's just one little, basically tea light size in the bottom, and the light just flashes and changes to different colors. But to the eye, it looks kind of, you can see there it's blinking, but it kind of just looks like there's a lot of lights in there. And then I told my husband there was only 1 light. He was surprised, but I think it turned out cute, and I love it. And, you know, I saved, it was hard. It took me a few days because it makes my shoulder really tired to have to like figure it out, and then the piece would fall into it and I'd have to dump it out. But I did manage to salvage this, and none of the gold part got broken. It was just let's see here. I can see it if I look for it. It's just like that. So yeah, I don't think I described why I like these stacked skulls. I'm just trying to make my video a little bit longer. They're a little morbid, and I never was a super spooky girl. You know, as a kid, I didn't like scary movies. Sorry, I just straightened that out. But when I was 18, I went to Europe. My grandmother sent me to Europe. And part of my tour when we were in Rome was we went to the Capuchin Monastery. I had to look that up to double check. But fun fact, cappuccino comes from Capuchin, from the Capuchin monks. I don't know why. Well, it's because their robes were brown like coffee. I found that when I was trying to look up to make sure that was the name of the monastery, because it was a long time ago. That was 1982. And so I went there, and they had all these skulls stacked, and I think they were of the monks who had passed. And I just was really fascinated with that. And I've broken a lot of bones. I started to become fascinated with bones and looking at x-rays, and I like that. But I especially like the stacked ones because I saw that. And then the first time we went to Czech Republic to visit our daughter, which was, 8 years ago, my bucket list was this church called, no, I'm not, it's in Sedlec Ossuary. So it's a church. A lot of people call it the Bone Church. And I really wanted to go there. And we went, and it's really small, but it was a holy place that everybody wanted to get buried at. And then at some point, they started making art with the bones. There's chandeliers, there's all kinds of stuff. And I find it super fascinating and beautiful. Macabre, yes, but I love it. And I actually have now I'm not remembering the name of the actual church, but I have a skull on my refrigerator that says Sedlec Ossuary. And I'm pretty sure that's the name of the town. But if you Google Sedlec Ossuary, which is Ossuary, or if you Google Czech Republic Bone Church, that'll get you there, and you can see pictures. Yeah, I loved it a lot. And so now when I see stuff with stacked skulls, it reminds me of going to those two places. And I don't know, I think bones are beautiful. I love looking at my x-rays. Yeah, I know some people get really grossed out by it. And when I was younger, I broke my arm 3 times when I was a kid. I didn't like looking at that stuff. It grossed me out. It bothered me. I didn't want to talk about bones. And then I broke my leg and my hand in a car accident when I was 30. And then this. So that makes 6 official bone breaks, not counting any potential toe breaks that never got treated. But at any rate, I've had a lot of bone issues and surgeries and whatnot. And yeah, it's why it interests me. I love skeletons. I love bones. Just something weird about me. Okay, I'm rambling, but I got it over 20 minutes, so I'm happy about that. I don't think there was anything else I needed to show you. My beautiful, beautiful little house. I'm so excited about that. I didn't bring it over here, but my little mummy bowl that had a little chip, I was able to fix that. There was a little bit of white showing, and I just got my handy dandy Sharpie, and you can only tell that there's a problem if you put it right up in your face, and I'm fine with that. I am usually super picky about stuff like that, but that was my fault. I actually broke that bowl while I was on camera. I moved the bag and I heard it go clunk, and I was like, oh no. And then when I pulled it out, yeah, there was a little chip. Luckily, nothing worse. And luckily, my little alien ghost didn't get hurt either. So anyway, I'm going to be posting this on Thursday, and then I will be posting a video on Saturday, August 2nd, for the huge 27-person collab. Me and 26 other creators are doing a collab, and I'll be doing that. That's not going to be a super long video either, but I'm going to do what I can. I don't think I've really been in a collab before. I've done exchanges or swaps and that type of thing, but this is fun. It's exciting. It's headed up by Lori at, oh God, I want to say Lori the Quirky Cauldron. That's my friend Lori, who kindly got that pineapple for me, and I promptly broke it. I paid her for it, but she went and picked it up. Anyway, no, Lori at the Loving Klutzes and Tina at Trendy True North. So both of those gals put it together. Those are our friends up north in Canada. And I believe everybody else in the collab is American. So I haven't double checked that, but I don't know everybody. It's kind of amazing. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I am going to be doing a giveaway. It doesn't look like the thing I was going to be giving away is going to come in time for my video, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But I am going to be doing a giveaway, so come and check me out on Saturday at, see, I don't have any reference. I think it's like 4 o'clock Pacific time, maybe. Something like that. I think it's 7 o'clock Eastern time. Don't quote me on that. I'll put it in my description. All right, friends. I am going to sign off now. And thank you so much for watching. If you have been watching and you haven't subscribed yet, I would super appreciate if you would subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel, and every little bit counts. Everybody counts. And give this video a like. You know, you can make some comments. I love that too. I love interacting with everybody. So, yeah. You have a nice day, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.